Even though it's over 2 months away, Spurs fans, a lot of you are excited, as I am, about the upcoming NBA draft. Well, I did my picks yesterday. Who do the experts have us taking in the first round? What is up, San Antonio Spurs fans? Welcome to TSR Sports. 61 wins last night. 61. That is tied for the fourth most wins in Spurs history, with a chance to tie the second most wins if they can win out and get to 63. Wow. Anyways, who do the experts have us drafting in the first round? I got a few websites that did mock drafts and got a couple other things I'll go over after that, but let's pull up their picks first. And this is CBS Sports having us take Kareem Lopez. He'll be 19 at the time of the draft. He's 6'8", about 225. They say it's very possible that Lopez is already off the board, but if not, it would be just like our Spurs to take the best international prospect in the draft. Lopez is a big and versatile forward who has been trending up this year in the NBL. And speaking of the NBL, this season he played 31 games, averaging 12, 6, and 2, about a block and a steal game on shooting splits of 50, 33, 72. One of you guys did actually say Lopez, and you shared a last name with him, so I saw what you did there. I'm not crazy about this pick, but I wouldn't be upset about it. More so, my issue would be is I just don't know a lot about him. So Spurs fans, I'm going to ask you as we're going through this, Kareem Lopez with 19th, 20th, 21st overall pick, or where we end up drafting with the Atlanta Hawks pick swap, is this a player you go, okay, maybe not who I wanted, but I'll take it? Or is it who you wanted? Up next, we have Clutch Points. They have us drafting Joshua Jefferson out of Iowa State, a small forward and power forward. They say this may be a reach in the first round for the San Antonio Spurs with other high-level prospects still available, but Joshua Jefferson fits their team and needs perfectly. Reaching for a player named Joshua in the first round is going to give some Spurs fans PTSD. Myself included, just saying. If you know, you know, and you probably know. That being said, Joshua is going to be 22 years old at draft. I believe 22. 6'9", 240 pounds. Played 35 games with Iowa State this season, averaging 16, 7, and 5. Okay, so he can score, rebound, and pass. And about a little over a block and a steal a game on splits of 47, 35, 70. All right. Okay, I can see where this fits. My curiosity is how much of a reach at the time of the draft. Because I don't want, well, it's not up to me, but whenever my team drafts a guy projected to go 10, 15, 20 spots later than they're supposed to, that always makes you alarmed. And that's where you really have to trust the team and the scouting system to say, hey, this guy on our team, in our system, we need him at this pick before somebody else takes him. Anyway, up next. This is fan-sided, and this is Koa Pete, 6'8", 6'11", wingspan, 235 pounds. Draft age will be 19. I'm going to hide myself here just for a moment so we can read the whole blip here. And there you go. I'm John Cena. He plays with a thudding physicality that can overwhelm opponents, especially in the college realm. Pete is a true four who doesn't really block shots or create events on defense. He also shot a combined 7 for 20 from three-pointers this season, which is disturbingly low volume, made worse by his poor 62.3% free throw percentage. Okay, so Koa Pete averaged about 14, 16, and 3 at Arizona this season, about a half a block, half a steal. Shooting splits overall were 53, 35, 62. The article does reference shades of Jeremy Sohan in the next paragraph, but he's not Jeremy Sohan. I think I'm kind of in the mold you guys are, that if we're going to draft somebody that's going to be a power forward, they need to be able to shoot the three. Although he did shoot at 35%, which is not horrible, but he took under 1 a game, so I guess jury's out on his shooting. And this is the last one before we go to some other things here. This is, where the heck's his name? Cameron Carr, 6'5", 175 pounds. I'm going to stop right there. A little light for his height, but what really it doesn't concern me is his pro comp is Devin Vassell. I like Devin Vassell. We don't need 2 of them. This team needs size, and with our first round pick, I think we need to take somebody that's at minimum like 6'9", not another 6'5" type of guy, which the Spurs have done a lot in this channel's history. And I got to say, Spurs fans, I'm not really in love with any of these picks. Please tell me if I'm wrong. You guys follow more college basketball than I do. I have been watching more as of late, now that I'm starting to follow UConn. Go figure, my girlfriend likes UConn. I have friends that like UConn, coworkers. So I'm just, and I live in Connecticut. So I'm just slowly being, converted to a UConn fan. And I expect I'll know more about college basketball as the years progress. I generally know the top guys, the guys where we're picking around. But at the moment right now, I'm a little out of it with the scouting reports of one of these four players. Do you actually agree with one of the experts? This would be a great pick. Please let me know if I'm wrong. I'm very curious. That being said, one more thing I want to do this morning, afternoon, evening, whenever you are watching. Whoops, that was not the way to go. Where'd it go? Let's try that again. All right, it's magic. This is Tankathon, a site I enjoy using, and I ran a mock draft, and I haven't looked at the results yet. I know the first 5 picks because they're right there, but I figured let's do a live reaction and see with this mock draft simulator who they gave our Spurs. Did we do any better? Did we do any worse? Let's roll it. Yeah, the Spurs. Actually, let's take a look as we're going through this. Instead of just, blasting through this and looking at the Spurs, let's look at some of these other teams get around us because our competition is going to be these teams. By the way, they have the Wizards winning the first overall pick. I assume this is a simulator. They kind of simmed the lottery picks, I'm guessing. Maybe. I don't know. All right. They have the Thunder getting 2 picks. Let me make sure you can actually see this. The Thunder have 2 picks. They take Heinz Stambach, who I actually mocked to us yesterday, and Bennett Sturts from Iowa. So they get a good big at 15. I see Braylon Mullins, by there from UConn, going at 14 from his TSR. You guys were asking if Vassell Lenenberg will be available from Michigan at our pick. No, unless we trade up, absolutely not. All right, the Spurs pick is coming up, and we take Jaden Quintance, a 6'10", 255-pound. All right, that's a big dude. Sophomore out of Kentucky. He averaged 11 and 11, 1.5 blocks, a steal. Listed as a power forward. Okay, that's what they have us taking. That's not somebody I mentioned in any of the 4 mock drafts previously in this video. Would you be happy with Jaden Quintance? I'm trying to remember if any of you put his name in the comments, and I don't remember seeing it. He's got size. Question is, can he shoot? And those stats right there do not help me, but he can rebound and obviously can sling some D if he's got some blocks and steals per game. So is that a player? Or is that a strike as well? And to round out the video, let's just take a look at our second round picks. Who do we get? We get anybody from UConn? We pick at 35. Okay. I mocked this yesterday, and it happened in Tankathon. Miss TSR is going to see this and be like, please make it happen. Alex Caravan from UConn, they have the Spurs taking him at 35. A little older. He's going to be, 24 when he's a rookie, but he can shoot. Got some size. I would absolutely be 100% okay with Alex Caravan going at 35 to our Spurs. And obviously that would mean the world to my girlfriend. And sure, I shouldn't have my basketball, team hopes based on that. But, he could be a good fit for us. Who knows? He's definitely a vet when it comes to college basketball. 2-time UConn champion, been in the finals in NCAA twice. So, good. Terrace Reed Jr. is a guy, I just saw his name pop up. Some of you said you'd like to get him. He goes 40 to the Celtics. Is Terrace Reed Jr. a guy you'd like to see the Spurs get at 35? Or if he's available at 42, which is our next pick, would you want to take 2 UConn players? Who did we get with the 42nd pick? Malik Thomas, a 6'5", shooting guard, combo guard out of Arkansas, averaged 19, 5 and 3, almost 2 steals a game. Don't know a lot about him. At this point, you're kind of throwing darts at a dartboard and hoping for the best. And it's worked for us before, and it's worked for other teams. We've talked about on the channel. Manu Ginobili, a second-round pick. Nikola Jokic, a second-round pick. So second-round picks do matter. And then last but not least, who this? With the 44th pick, they have us taking Zuby Ejiofor out of St. John's. He's 6'9", 245, averaged 29. All right, his stats look fantastic, but I'm going to have to assume this is because of the competition that he was playing against. Almost 20 points, 9 boards, 4 assists, 2.5 blocks, 1.5 steals. Those stats are fantastic, but I don't believe St. John's is playing the best teams in the world, are they not? But the name Zuby sounds like it'd be a fun name to get out there on a live stream. Zuby! Not quite the Booyah, but it'd be a Zuby. All right. That's the mock draft. And guys, I want to throw it out there. Is there a legit chance the Spurs do get Alex Caravan from UConn? Maybe, maybe not. What I do know, and my takeaway from this, and doing this yesterday, and I'll probably do, another one or two in the future, is I have no idea who the Spurs are going to take in the first round. Of course, it's early, very early. We don't even know exactly what we're going to pick. I have no which way it could go, but it's going to be exciting, and I know the draft is still a couple months away, but I love talking the draft, talking Spurs, and of course, we're going to be talking a lot about the playoffs. The playoffs with our Spurs. Cheap Pug, I'll be live tomorrow night for the Spurs versus Mavericks. Hopefully Wemby's back. Man, I still can't believe if they went out, they have a chance to tie the second most wins ever by a Spurs team at 63 already. Awesome. Just incredible. It's been what a journey it has been the last, since 2019, last 6 losing seasons, and now to finally not only have success, but now to say at least win-wise, this is going to be one of the best Spurs teams of all time. And we're not even peaking yet. Harper's a rookie. Castle year 2. Wemby year 3. Fox has only played with Wemby about a year. I mean, we still can grow. We can still get better, and we better, because the Thunder are going to keep getting better as well. So when they raise the bar, we need to be right there with them, matching them, and we already know we can because we're 4-1 against them this season. Okay, I'm done rambling. Drop a comment down below on everything I went over. Hit this thumbs up if you enjoyed the video and you want us to help support the channel, and subscribe to become part of our awesome Spurs community. I thank you, and as always, go Spurs go.
Go Spurs go. Good.